Hello, Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Ibad, and this is the CI assignment to question 2, which is the visualization of particle systems and also particle swarm optimization. So let's just run the code here. As when we start the screen, we're basically playing a game in which we have four trees, and these trees have these little beehives, and from these beehives we have these bees that basically get spawned and kind of work in a swarms, like they work as a swarm, and they do particle swarm optimization to go to the nearest food that they can in batches, and then they start to eat that food, right? And as you can see, we have some time left, so that's like the game. um, Basically when the time is 0, then that's when you win the game, and you have your objective is to have your current food more than 0. So here right now, with the parameters that I have, the game is pretty easy, like I don't even have to do much. But what I can do is, using the input, I can have a visualization of the wind, and I can actually just kind of push these bees off of the tree so that they don't eat it. And these bees will not despawn, like they won't die, but what you can do is you can kind of control the swarm, and this helps it not eat the food, and then you can win the game. You can have play the game on much harder difficulty as well. Like right now I pretty much have one big swarm, so I can kind of just move that around. But from these sliders, what we can do is we can increase the bees, so the more bees will start spawning from the beehives. So we can have something like 179 bees. We can increase their speed, and we can decrease their spawn interval so they can win. Okay, so right now I have won the game because the time was over, but let's just try running the game again and make it much harder for ourselves. So we can increase the bees, we can increase their speed a bit. Increasing their speed does have a weird effect because they don't make good swarms anymore. But let's just increase the bees and decrease the spawn. So now we have a lot more bees, and they're gonna start eating the food way more soon. So this makes the game much harder, of course, because now you have so many swarms to look forward, and everywhere you see there's gonna be a little swarm that's gonna be getting formed, and they're gonna keep coming back and eating the food. We can also make the game much easy by increasing the food or decreasing our food spawn and everything. But one cool thing that I wanted to show was when we increase the max speed, this is where they don't really make good swarms anymore. Like we don't see much of that reaction because they're just kind of moving in random directions, and their speed is way too much to have a good swarm. Um, Let me show something else. When we do have like the speed at something like 1.5, and we have a lot of bees with a lot of like not a lot of spawn interval between them, then we can see maybe too many bees. But then we see that they actually have a good swarm behavior, like these bees are following this food, and then these bees are following. And what I've done is that if there is no more food left in the vicinity around them, then they're gonna move in a random directions to kind of like find food. But once they have found some food, then they're gonna start moving towards an in swarm. So this is like a good swarm behavior that we can see. But of course, increasing the speed will kind of disrupt that. So let's actually just try to play the game and try to win. We only have four foods left. So a good strategy I found was just to bring them above because there's not a lot of food. And there's no trees above, and then once they kind of don't know what to do, once they like get out of that zone and they don't know where their food is, then they just start moving in random directions. And there's also clouds which are also showing particle swarm. Sorry, not particle swarm, particle systems. And then when we win the game, there's something else that happens. So yeah, there's a big swarm over there. Right. So when we win the game, we don't have to do anything else, and then we can just kind of, this is a confetti that's also like a particle system of itself, which is very close to clouds, but of course the colors change. There's like multiple colors now, and there's multiple shapes of different sizes. So yeah, and when we lose the game, that's when our current food gets zero, and then that's when we just lose the game. So that's another ending to this game. So thank you.